Guys, as Hurricane Joaquin makes its way north in the Atlantic, we are certainly going to feel some of the effects. We've got team chaser coverage. Ronica's with Governor Christie. Hank was out chasing the storm. And Tamara is talking about preparation. But I want to start with meteorologist Dan Zarrow from New Jersey 101.5. So you've had a busy week chasing this storm. What is the latest?
Everybody's asking me, is this going to be like Sandy? It is not going to be even close to that. But still, low-lying areas, those streets that are right next to tidal areas, the ocean, the bays, even the Delaware River is going to rise a little bit from this storm. And that's not just today, it's not just tomorrow, it's all the way through about Monday of early next week.
What about blackouts, Dan? What are they saying? I mean, is there an expectation that power will be lost in some of these towns?
I expect scattered blackouts. I don't think it's going to be a widespread problem, but with wind gusts of 50 to 60 miles an hour, especially with the wet soil that we have now, those trees are going to come down. They're going to come down onto power lines, and it's just going to be probably, hopefully, a temporary situation for people.
All right, Dan Zarrow, meteorologist with New Jersey 101.5. Thanks for your insight on this. All right, I want to check in with Hank. He's out in the storm somewhere.
Boss, be glad you're a producer
Hank,
today.
did you walk here? Hank?
Spadia.
Seriously, did you walk here? Did you swim here? It's
Nobody
nuts out
loves
there.
a day at the beach more than you do. I'm telling you, brother. No,
nuts?
Steer clear this weekend. You don't want anything to do with it. I'm talking specifically about Ortley Beach, especially.
What the hell
You
happened
literally
to you?
look like you washed ashore.
Water's coming right up underneath it. One guy I talked to says he thinks it's going to go right up underneath the house and onto Ocean Avenue. Time will tell.
Bulldozers, backhoes, dump trucks are working around 5th, 6th, and 7th Avenues and Ocean Avenue there in Ortley Beach. They're trying to shore the dunes up there because the Atlantic Ocean's knocking on the door with a little help from an adrenaline shot from Hurricane Joaquin.
The long-term plan that they have where they're supposed to put the metal in and the dunes, that would have been nice to have. Yeah. That would have been a lot more helpful than just this. All right.
It looks kind of bad, and assuming that Hurricane Joaquin does make that right turn out to sea, things will be okay. But Ortley Beach, as you know, is part of Tom's River. I was able to hook up with Mayor Thomas Kelleher this morning and some of his emergency management guys, and we were checking the storm out from the lifeguard shack.
What did it look like?
It looks wild. It looks insane. It's like Moby Dick. I mean, there's it's like 10, 12 foot.
12
yeah,
feet.
they're massive.
12 feet.
And the thing is, Ortley's been wanting to build effective dune works, essentially seawalls, ever since Sandy gave the town a bad working over 3 years ago. Shouldn't some of this have been handled, you know, with relief money, with FEMA money?
We got a lot of that, and the Army Corps of Engineers has a plan to enlarge these beaches and do a plan to raise the dunes.
The thing is, the money's there, Bill, but beachfront homeowners haven't signed easement yet, so there's still a couple of holdouts. Mayor, what's the status of that? You still got a couple of holdouts?
We still have some holdouts, and hopefully this storm and what the existence of these conditions will be an incentive for the holdouts to hurry up and sign up.
Now, as Dan Zarrow just said, the latest on Joaquin is that he's headed out to sea, but that's the thing that makes hurricanes wild and incredible is there's no weather center or radar or anchorman or meteorologist yet who's been able to predict what a hurricane will do. And today's only October 2nd. Hurricane season's just getting warmed up.
I mean, is there anything that they can do to mitigate against the fact that those dunes are not put up? Like, what's their plan?
That's the point of the story, is that they're doing what they can with bulldozers and backhoes and diggers, but those things are like Tonka toys if that hurricane decides to have a temper tantrum.
I mean, Joaquin?
Joaquin.
Hokum's Jokums.
Phonetically, it's W-A-K-E-E-M.
Right.
Oh, that's good
Joaquin is devastating the Bahamas. How selfish are those oceanfront homeowners in Ortley Beach to not actually give access so they can actually build those dunes and protect everybody? I haven't seen anything so selfish in my life.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if you got to put yourself in the shoes of somebody that's dropped $5-7 million on a piece of beachfront property and wanted to see it. None of them have talked to me necessarily. You know, I'm not going to judge, but there's a lot of people that really do wish they'd signed those papers.
Thanks, Hank. Ronica, you're in Sea Isle City, where Governor Christie had a press conference. What do you got?
Well, the governor just finished his remarks in Sea Isle about the upcoming storm and Joaquin. And he reinforced what we have heard up until this point, that Joaquin is not expected to be a problem, that it is veering east, and that we dodged a bullet.
What I want folks to be ready for in this area of the state is to be ready to be prepared to respond to the flooding.
I did ask the governor about Ortley Beach and the frustrations there that Hank just reported on.
I feel for the people in Top River, Ortley, Brick, who don't have that project done yet because it's a project that's funded, that is planned, and is ready to go.
Now, onto a more important issue. Governor Christie was not wearing the famous blue fleece today. Instead, he was wearing a new fleece, a black fleece. He shared with us after a reporter asked him about his fleeces that he received 27 fleeces after Hurricane Sandy. He said that maybe tomorrow he'll wear a Jersey Fresh fleece since the southern part of the state is well known for being Jersey Fresh.
The weekend's going to be rough for people at the shore. There's going to be flooding. Some people are going to be in trouble. So it's not over yet. Tamara, you're in Hackensack where they are preparing for what's coming.
I'm in Hackensack right now, where it's known to flood whenever there's a storm, had terrible flooding during Sandy. And I'm here because Paul Nichols, a former homeless man, now he's an advocate and homeless blogger, he called me up and he said he's concerned about the homeless in this area and how they're going to handle the flooding and this storm.
The center's trying to get people to go with their families, but a lot of people don't have anywhere to go. No family, no friends, and it's just going to be basically Red Cross's situation at that point.
One of the first stops that we went to was a location under a bridge. We found 3 men living there. They had mattresses. This was obviously their home.
¿Es tu casa? Sí. ¿Cuántos años?
9 años.
9?
Yeah.
One of the guys said he knew that it flooded last year and that it almost ruined their beds. And I said, this year's going to be worse. Please be prepared.
I just have to ask you, I mean, this is not their first hurricane. If you've been there for 9 years, it's happened before. So are there not shelters in Hackensack?
Shelters here, they only take people from Bergen County. So if you've come from a different location, if you're not from Bergen County, you won't get into these shelters. There's also only limited space.
How do they know that? I mean, do Bergen County homeless look different than other homeless? I don't understand the difference. I don't get that as a criteria.
Well, obviously, I'm not an expert on that, but those are the particulars.
All right, Tamara, so there are shelters. Is there something we can put out for people that are the cops doing a sweep and going through and telling people? I can't believe it's just up to you and this advocate.
I spoke to Monarch House, which works with the county and helping homeless, and they said that when it does get more serious, they do go out, they do look for people to bring them to shelters, and they do it with the Red Cross as well. So hopefully they will get the help that they need. But unfortunately, what Paul says is sometimes you can't reach everybody, and they're known for sleeping in areas like this. Do you see how high this river is right now? It's already really high. If the storm hits us, it could only get worse.
Okay, thanks, Tamara.